So today I want to talk about team preview because team preview in my opinion is one of the most important aspects of competitive Pokemon battling. And it's mainly because after all, the first thing you see out of your opponent is their team, and then also mainly how it can trick your opponent into thinking a certain way about the game and the battle and how it affects what they want to bring into the battle. Now, ever since I started playing 3-3 seriously, which was in Generation 8, I wanted to take the team preview tricking approach to the game and see how it would do. So what we saw with Pokemon Sword and Shield was that Grimmsnarl flowchart screens was everywhere with some sort of Dynamax sweeper or some kind of setup in general. So I decided to use a neutralizing gas, Galarian Weezing, and what this does is nullifies the opposing ability, which can factor into the opponent's lead setup, right? Then I can just hit the opponent with spec damage and blow up their lead setup. The reason why this works so well is that in team preview, the opponents probably thought that I was using a defensive Galarian Weezing with Levitate, and then little did they know what would be coming at them. And this was around late November 2019, where it was a couple weeks after the game came out. And then the meta started shifting around early December, where I started seeing Dynamax Togekiss on over half the teams I faced. And they started to be problematic once I started facing weakness policy sets. So what I decided to do was again use an unconventional ability, and this time it was Heat-Proof Bronzong. Usually at team preview, the opponents would think I'm using a Levitate Bronzong, which doesn't really have any threatening offensive damage, like as you would think. But after all, it was a consistent Togekiss bait due to the Heat-Proof weakness policy combination. And it pretty much also beat every other Airstream sweeper in the meta due to them being forced to activate the policy, and then otherwise they wouldn't do enough damage. Then I saw phenomenal results peaking in top 10 worldwide in early 2020, and then this is where things started to get crazy because the strategy got so out of hand against the Japanese meta that I started seeing several videos popping up about the Bronzong strategy, and then the player started to find out what Bronzong was trying to do. And then the reason why I was able to use this team with Bronzong and Galarian Weezing for pretty much a year straight is because of the decisions the opponents decided to make in team preview. And then after the news spread about it, it eventually faded away. So now on my Scarlet and Violet team, I got a few tricks in team preview, which mainly are competitive on Kilowattrel, which can mess up the opponent thinking of Volt Absorb, and then they can activate a potential competitive. And then also Sweet Veil on Serena because of all the usage of Yawn, and usually the opponent would think I would have Queenly Majesty, so they don't even hit me with a potential priority move like Extreme Speed or something like that. So it's just like a free second ability because it makes the opponent think that I actually have that. And then also this team is complete Gargasol bait because almost every opponent that has Gargasol on the team in team preview bings it because it appears to look free against my team. But in reality, it isn't because of Covert Cloak and Tinkaton, because Tinkaton can like encore it into like both majority of the moves it has, like Recover, Salt Cure, Curse or Iron Defense, and then if it tries to go for Fissure, I can just Terra Flying and then encore it into the Fissure. So that's just how it really is against Gargasol. So I hope this brings awareness that there are so many viable Pokemon in general that are underrated in my opinion, and that it's definitely possible to win with many strategies if you trick opponents well enough in team preview. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video and have a great day. Peace.